He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Greetings, everyone. This is part one in our relationship series where you get to ask your questions, or you send your letters, or you call into the show to talk about your experiences as it relates to the topic at hand. So today's topic, in today's topic, we're going to answer the question is, does he want me? Does the man that I'm dating, does the man I'm living with, does he want me? Because you're living with somebody doesn't mean the person wants you. And because you're dating someone, whether it's a short time or a long time, we're going to decide based on what you say in this letter. And I'm not going to say your name. Let's just call her Jacia. Okay, let's write this down, Jacia. So let's respond to Jacia after I read her letter. So it starts out by saying, "Hi, Miss Jenny. I watched the video with the relationship series questions, and I'd like you to talk about the signs to look for if a man doesn't want you, or maybe if he's using you. I am dating a guy for 1 year, and I still don't know where I stand with him. He keeps promising me that he's going to take me to meet his family or his friends, but hasn't done so. Sometimes he disappears for a week and doesn't return my call because he's busy with work or studies. When we first started dating, he'd call me 3 to 4 times per day. Then the calls dwindled down. I was understanding because his grandma that he was very close to had died and he needed space. I'm a single mother, so it was more convenient for him to come over to my place so I wouldn't have to pay for childcare. He was so thoughtful that he'd come after the baby is gone to sleep, and he would leave before daybreak. But that kind of changed because of his schedule. He came over on his lunch break a few times because he works close to me, and because he loves my cooking. I prepare him lunch and pack something for his dinner. He had never taken me out for dinner, a dinner date, because he says restaurants are dirty. We've never gone for a movie date or even a picnic. I'm wondering if he's into me as he claims. He plans to move from New York to Florida, so we're gonna be in a long distance relationship." Wow. Now, Jacia, I have a few notes that I made, and I'm going to just share my opinion, okay? And there's so many flags. People talk about flags, but I don't want to talk about flags. I'm going to say earthquake warnings, tsunami warnings, in some of the things. And some of these are classical example of knowing when a man is really into you, okay? And I'm going to jump out and say, he doesn't want you. Listen, a man that wants you will always find time for you. A man who wants you will not take a chance of taking so much time away from you, knowing that someone else could possibly grab you. Listen, men are selfish creatures, men and women, but I'm going to speak about the male species. And when the man sees something that he wants to have it for himself. So even in the animals, even in the animal kingdom, you have the male marking their territory because they don't want another male to step on it. They don't want to take that chance. Okay, so I want you to be aware of these signs. They're warning signs, and it goes for younger women or older women. It doesn't matter. When a man said he's not ready for a relationship, and this is not the situation with you, he's not telling you that he's not ready. He's saying, oh, I love you, I want to be with you, this, that, and the third degree. But sometimes you will meet men and they'll say, I'm not really ready for a relationship. I'm coming out of a bad situation. And so he puts you on the alert. That's a red flag for a woman who's going on a date or seeing someone. If you've been single and you've been preparing for this long-term relationship and you meet someone from the jump start telling you, I am not ready for a relationship, I'm trying to heal from my past, that's good and dandy. But people who are trying to heal need not go on dates or need not get involved with anyone or play with anyone's emotion, because oftentimes people are going out to get to know each other, obviously. But if you're still healing, then maybe you need time to work on yourself. So that is a red flag when the man starts saying, I'm not ready for a relationship. If you are not ready, then that's fine. But if you're looking for something more serious, then when you hear that, you say, okay, there's trauma here. And clearly you have not worked on those trauma. I need to be with someone who has spent time working on whatever it is they need to work on. And we're both ready to get to know, to go out there and mingle and get to know or possibly meet someone. So if he's not ready for the relationship and he says it, don't be upset with the person. Appreciate the honesty and know, okay, this is not what I want. It's like pretty much out there fishing and you catch a fish and you know you don't want that fish because it doesn't provide you with what you're searching for, you throw it back. Okay? A man, again, let me repeat, is never, ever too busy for someone that he wants. Now, if he tells you, I'm not ready for a relationship, I'm working through some things, he should not be ready for sex either. But it seems, based on some of these stories that I'm reading, the man is not ready for any entanglement that is of a serious nature, but he's ready for intimacy. And that's where you have to value yourself. So he's clearly telling you, I need time. I'm just spending my time with you. I'm just bidding my time with you, going out with you, but having intimate relationship with you, but constantly reminding you. It's his way of saying, this is not serious. I don't want you to fall in love. I'm not going to be responsible for you being hurt. I never promised you anything. Okay. So sometimes when the relationship starts, the man is real aggressive in chasing after you. He's texting you all the time. You guys are talking. There's something wrong with some men when it comes to this. It's almost like a kind of mental illness where, they know they don't want the woman or they're not able to provide what she's seeking for, which is a relationship. But in the beginning, he's chasing after her. It's texting, he's calling. It's called love bombing. Let me go back to your message here. You're saying you don't know where you stand with him, but in the very beginning, he was texting you 3-4 times per day and calling so much, love bombing you, telling you all the right things. He's saying all the things, and I'm sure sometimes the men ask you, what are you looking for in a man? And you clearly tell him, oh, I want him to be kind and thoughtful and considerate and all these things. And while he's there pursuing you, trying to get the goodie, trying to get the cookie, he's going to tell you all that you said that you're looking for. And then sometimes, you see, people go into this thing where they say you got too intimate too soon. Listen, this works for different people. A man who knows what he wants and a woman who knows what she wants and they connect. It doesn't matter the distance or the length of time that they took to get close to each other like that. It's a personal choice. So I don't want to speak on that to say this is how you're supposed to wait, because there are men who will wait 1 year to get intimate with you, hit and run. So that part is going to be up to you for your own spiritual discernment to find out, is this the person I want to share my body with? And we can have more discussions on this further on. But we're looking at the telltale signs of if this person really wants you. And here's a part. He said, I'm a single mother and it's more convenient to bring him to my house so I don't have to pay for childcare. And he's so considerate. He comes when the kids are sleeping or the child is sleeping. Listen, this is called a booty call. Not doing you any favors. First and foremost, he's not taking you to his place. He's crashing by your place. So as far as you're concerned, he could be someone who is involved in a relationship. And especially when you say that he comes to you a few times on his lunch break, never takes you to his house, never invites you over. In 1 year, you have not met his friends or his people. Clearly, you are a secret. You are his dirty secret. Because for 1 year, that's a long time to at least introduce you to one of his friends. A long time for him to at least bring you over to his house. And whatever his story as for why he hasn't brought you to his place, that's something that you should be considering. If you're a single mother and you're trying to find someone, do not bring your partner, your boyfriend, your whatever around your children. Do not bring them to your house if you're uncertain, because if you continue to do that, you might go through 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 men and you still didn't find your partner, and you leave your young ones with this mindset that you're always bringing in new partners. It doesn't look good. Okay, especially when you're bringing these people to sleep over at your house. It's not a safe thing to do. And so, the calls start dwindling because it sounds like Mr. got what he wanted. Now he's bored. So you make lunch for him because he likes your cooking. Listen, men will tell you these things to not just gaslight you, because gaslight is when someone is making you think you don't know what you know. But when they want you to feel like everything is okay, they're really playing on your emotion. And again, there are a lot of men who feel like when you're a single parent that you're desperate. They automatically think that because you have a child and you're single, that you're willing and eager to settle. And so they'll play on that emotion. He hasn't taken you for a date. He hasn't taken you out for dinner. He makes all kind of excuse why you can't be together. And now he plans to move to Florida. So you are thinking that you're going to be in a long-term relationship with him, but he never said that to you. So far, he has not promised you anything. So far, you're just sort of holding on to the idea that this is something that might work out. But you already know, because woman intuition never lies. You already know. That's why you're writing this letter. You kind of know that this is not going anywhere. And he's possibly using you, making all these excuses why he can't get to be with you. And I'm going to repeat. Anyone, whether it's male or female, who wants you will find time for you. You're going to be their go-to person. So if they're studying, they have to take break. It doesn't matter what you're studying to become. You are going to find time for the people that you love. Even if it's a text, even if it's a phone call. And now it seems like this gentleman is Jamaican, and this is a clear sign when they're trying to distance themselves from you. They start telling you their grandmother passed and this loved one or brother or sister, whatever, is in some situation and need their divided attention. So they're clearly showing that they know how to pay attention and have time for people that they care for. So his grandma passing away, grandma's not around anymore, and he still has all this time to be dealing with things as it relates to grandma, but he doesn't have time for you. Something for you to understand that it's a red flag. I'm going to say also, a person who is into you and wants you will call you any time of the day or night. Not just call you. You have access. You know you can call this individual any time of the day or night. So when you call them at 2 o'clock in the morning and they answer the phone, if this is your person, if this is your special person, he's not going to ask you why you call me this. If anything, this time of the day, if anything, he's going to be concerned. Oh my God, are you okay? It's never going to be, why are you calling me this time? I'm sleeping. This is not the behavior of someone who's into you. Okay? Look at the kinds of conversation you're having with this individual and carefully note, is the conversation about you and your well-being, or what is of importance to you when you meet this person, or as you're dating this person? Is it always about this other individual? Clearly, this person is not going to be a person who's emotionally available to you. Even if the relationship continue on for a while, the person is just into themselves, into himself. Okay, if he's always talking about himself, if he never asks you about the things that are important to you, if he can say, well, after a year, I'd like to commit, after I need more time. No one says that you have to date someone a year and then get married. But as time progresses, you get to know each other more and more, and you should start to feel like you have something of substance. It doesn't take a year for a man to know if he wants you and he doesn't want you. It's not about if he's gonna marry you, it's if he wants you, if you can continue to invest your emotion in this kind of relationship with a man who has given you no commitment. He has really made you no promises, and he's clearly moving away mentally. And at this point, you are just that person he comes to when he is in need of comfort. You're not the girl that he's planning to spend his life with, and you're certainly not the girl that is even considering seriously. It sounds like you're grieving the potential of what the relationship could have been, because it is not, you have not gotten anything tangible to say, yes, we're leading on this and we're in this, deep committed situation, or we're going to be in love, falling in love deeper and deeper and all of that. Hope I've made myself clear. Guys, in the comment section, can you also tell us what are the red flags you see? What are the common kinds of excuses men give to women when they're not really into them? I'm ending with this to say, and I don't want to be callous about it, but it's just not that into you. He does not want you. All his excuses are kind of lame. And now you need to now take back your power and sever that. Don't wait for him to leave you. Just say, you know what, this isn't what you're looking for, and it's certainly not what I need. And you can part as friends if that's possible. Stay blessed, everyone.